French Shalom, and greetings to you all. Well, I bet Ellen had a great birthday. I know we all certainly hope so. Private time with loving family. What could be better? Great city, a great show, great celebration. Hopefully I can join you again next year. And I hope you're all satisfied with the election results, although it certainly is beginning to look like the never-ending election. One day, someone will decide who the winners are in Arizona, Florida, Georgia. No one will be satisfied. And then I think it could take a few days to unwind and begin the insanity towards 2020. Of course, you could do things that might bring peace and love and harmony into your lives instead. Nah. Why have harmony when we can choose angst? Why do we choose angst? Why ensure turmoil instead of peace? Why do we not believe we're entitled to calm? Why not go forward without so many steps backwards? Perhaps one day, my friends. And this week is a week of remembrances. This week we had the anniversary of Kristall Night, the night of broken glass, when on November 9th and 10th, the Nazis, the real ones, smashed the Jewish-owned stores, buildings, synagogues. And every time you think it could not happen again, boom, be careful. Don't let it happen again. And do not cheapen the term. Now, it's also Armistice Day, November 11th, also known as Veterans Day, Remembrance Day, a day to honor the end of war and the sacrifice that the brave heroes of freedom have made. It is Yizkor, a public remembering and honoring and elevating of the souls of the martyrs, the freedom fighters, the great members of your families that believed in the country and what it stood for. And speaking of great heroes, a great man, a fighter, a friend, a lover of things human and canine, posted a very interesting comment the other day. Now, I rarely, if ever, go to these social media sites, and I pretty well never read any of the things on them. But I did see this comment he forwarded, or whatever it was. And so even if he didn't write it, it expressed sentiments we all can acknowledge. And it talked about how we all know incredible people who voted for Donald Trump and for Hillary Clinton. Now, hopefully not for both at the same time. And that none of them are any of the words that are being thrown around associated with, political parties or people anymore. They're not misogynistic, racist, hateful, intolerable people. We must not see people we know that way. And we should not think less of people because their views and your views do not align. Well, thank you, Bob. It was a great reminder. And I know people who voted for one or the other, and I've never thought of them in any of those terms. So why do we judge? Well, it's a reaction to something. And reaction is our choice. Do not judge, my friends. And we're going to read about reaction and choice today. Now, what you want to do is learn to be loving, forgiving, peaceful, and accepting. Let's all make peace right now and come celebrate, my friends, as we gather and come together as a community, a like-minded, like-souled unification of spirit, the collective consciousness of seekers coming together, and showing a faith, of love, a community, a chavura, a fellowship, expressing our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes, that unites us all in this community house of spirit, Beth Ruch. So once again, please do go ahead, invite everybody you know, physically, psychically, emotionally, spiritually, gather and come on down and share from Psalm 133, the Hine Matov. Come together. Hine Matov. Shevetachim gam yachad. Hine Matov. Shevetachim gam yachad. How good, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. 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 Together. And as a community, let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world. Boy, it sure seems to need it more and more every week. And every week we gather to show gratitude, give thanks for the things we have as we ritualize. We love rituals. We light our candles. We share a cup of wine, a piece of bread. These are the rituals every week. The same things we saw Abraham proffer, which represent the gifts of life and sustenance and fellowship that we observe daily, but like I say, we honor every week in our Sabbath remembrance and observation. So remember, friends, this is your setting aside just a little bit of your own sacred time in your sacred space to talk to whoever, whatever you happen to believe in. We all believe in something. It is a part of your kavanah, your intention, your goodwill for the universe. Let's send some of that goodwill out right now. Let's invoke healing and renewal for everybody you know and for the souls and spirits of everyone you know. Think of whoever that needs healing, renewal, and love, or just goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people. It's for our pets. It's for the earth. It is the healing of the earth, the tikkun olam that's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. Let's continue to think of and pray for those in need of health and renewal. Let's keep praying for Yu Hong, for Bob, for Ben, for Mariko, and for Fern, for dear Nikki, who just lost her beautiful father, a wonderful man, Baruch Dayan Amet. We know that he is at rest in the Garden of Eden, where the Master of Mercy will care for him under the protection of his wings for all time, and where his soul is bound up in the bond of eternal life. For sweet Sherry at Desmo. And let's not forget our dear friend, the effervescent Devora, who heals a little more every week and grows stronger and better with the prayers that we all send. Friends, it is the kindness, healing, wishes, goodwill, and love that we all send out that circles the world finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care, because the world is a world of spirit. And spirit, my friends, never dies. Me, Sheberech, Avotenu, Makor HaBracha, Mimotenu. May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Misha Baruch, let us all have our spirits renewed. This is the great prayer for healing, and it's said every week in every service, which we call upon God to heal as he has healed before. Misha Baruch, may he who blessed. And blessings are healing. So let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow, to unite all of us together. See, my friends, it's not we alone who are connected. All things pour forth their souls, the heavens, the earth, every creature, every living thing. We are all connected. We all have a relationship with God or whatever you believe in. We all believe in something. Now, we've said goodbye to Sarah. Now we have the real changing of the guard, the changing of history in this misnamed parsha we read this week, toldot, the records. Genesis 25:20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took as wife Rebekah, daughter of Bethuel, the Aramean, from Paddan Aram, sister of Laban, the Aramean. Now, I know we're all thrown off a little by the ages given for people, and we love to focus on facts and details. Well, if he were 40, then Abraham would be 140. And we know Abraham lived to be 175, but he's nowhere to be seen. And the deathbed promise of the servant makes even more sense that Abraham is gone when these events occur. So don't get lost in the ages and dates of things, okay? Now, what we're about to embark on is actually the story of the most famous set of twins in history, Genesis 25:21. Isaac pleaded with the Lord on behalf of his wife, for she was barren, and the Lord granted his plea. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived, and the children clashed together within her. And she said, then why me? And she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said to her, 2 nations in your womb, 2 peoples from your loins shall issue. People over people shall prevail. The elder, the younger's slave. Now, here what we really have is the first great oracle of the Bible. And friends, the Hebrew syntax leaves completely unclear which noun is subject and which is object. The elder shall serve the younger, or the elder, the younger shall serve. Right? You don't know. Translation is what pushes us in a direction. And as with all oracles, the one being spoken to will decide. In this case, the mother will choose. Let's all get up and dance to a song that was a hit before your mother was born. Though she was born a long time ago. Your mother should know your mother should know. And when her time was come to give birth, look, there were twins in her womb. And the first one came out ruddy, like a hairy mantle all over, and they called his name Esau. Then his brother came out, his hand grasping Esau's heel, and they called his name Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Akeb, heel. Now the grabbing of the heel by the younger twin becomes a kind of emblem of their future relationship, and the birth, like the oracle, again invokes the struggle and karma of the rules of firstborn, which this is going to be all about. Genesis 25:27. And the lands grew up, and Esau was a man skilled in hunting, a man of the field, and Jacob was a simple man, a dweller in tents. And Isaac loved Esau for the game that he brought him, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Sibling rivalry, favoritism, no good can come of this. This is an amazing parsha, my friends. It's about brothers, about anger, about parental favoritism, about control. But more than anything, it is about words and their power, their strength, their weight. It's about a blessing. And once the blessing was given, there could be no other. You see, whatever you think, they're not just words. They were spells cast and set in motion. You're going to read a story of a conspiracy, a mother scheming with a son to steal the birthright of a brother. In this life, one thing counts. In the bank, large amounts. I'm afraid these don't grow on trees. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Boys, you've got to pick a pocket or two. Please, sir, can I have some more? That, of course, was from Oliver. And there's going to be a pocket picked. You'll notice that the scheming son has no moral thought of it being wrong or unethical. His fear is only getting caught and thereby cursed. Genesis 27:11. And Jacob said to Rebekah's mother, look, Esau, my brother's a hairy man, and I'm a smooth-skinned man. What if my father feels me, and I seem a cheat to him, and bring on myself a curse and not a blessing? Well, it's a story that predates Greek tragedy by over 1,000 years, and another great twin story, The Man in the Iron Mask, by well over 2,000 years. The mother conspires to fool the blind, bedridden, old dying father into giving the only valuable he has to the son who he is not intending on giving it to. Because the twins are completely different in looks, in feel, in spirit. So the mother disguises the younger to appear as the older. How? Well, because the father's blind and he cannot see, because he's bedridden, he cannot move, but he can feel and he can smell. So she dresses him in his brother's clothes so that he smells like his brother, and disguises his arms and neck so he feels like his brother. Now, while not stated, if the younger is just a pawn to the mother, she has him convince the older one to sell him his birthright so that they can justify their plan. If he's not just a pawn, then he had his own swindle going the whole time. Genesis 25:32. And Esau said, look, I'm at the point of death, so why do I need a birthright? And Jacob said, swear to me now. And he swore to him, and he sold his birthright to Jacob. And he did it for a little lentil stew. Now, that's probably the best deal till the sale of Manhattan Island to the Dutch for a little wampum. Now, the dying old man's not sure who has come to him. He can't trust his vision, and he doubts what he hears. But he's fooled into trusting his touch and his smell. He gives the blessing to the son he did not intend to bless, and as the one son leaves, the other enters. Finds out that the blessing's been given, and knowing how important, how significant, how powerful those words actually are, he breaks down in total lamentation. Genesis 27:39. And Esau said to his father, do you have but one blessing, my father? Bless me too, father. And Esau raised his voice, and he wept. Cry, baby, cry. Make your mother sigh. She's old enough to know better. So cry, baby, cry. Can you take me back where I came from? Can you take me back? Can you take me back where I came from? Brother, can you take me back? Can you take me back? Well, is there ever going back, my friends? You know, there is no going back. There is making changes and going forward. Well, Esau begs for a crumb of a blessing, but there's only one. Now, how many of you put that power in the blessings that you give or you could be giving? At every wedding, bedek, and b'nai mitzvah I do, I offer parents a quiet moment in which they can offer a blessing to their children. Most do not. They do not know what to say. Their parents never bless them. Some are embarrassed. Some are tongue-tied. Some fear they're being judged by what they say. We need to bring blessings back. There is no wrong in giving a blessing. It's a blessing. Now, out of anger and having had his future stolen, the elder brother Esau will wait till his father is dead and buried, and then he'll kill his brother. Genesis 27:40. And Esau seethed with resentment against Jacob over the blessing his father had blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, as soon as the time for mourning my father comes around, I will kill Jacob, my brother. Now, we're told his mother hears this, and in fear of his words being an oath, the mother tells the son who received the blessing, Jacob, to flee to her old home, to her brother, and wait there until it's safe. And Rebekah was told the words of Esau, her elder son, and she sent and summoned Jacob, her younger son, and said to him, look, Esau, your brother, is consoling himself with the idea he will kill you. So now, my son, listen to my voice, and rise, flee to my brother Laban in Haran. You may stay with him a while until your brother's wrath subsides. Well, friends, an industry has been built on portraying this brotherly relationship as the story of an evil, crude, negative, dark, destructive brother who cared nothing for tradition, against one who represented decency, love, goodness, family, and therefore justice prevailed. Numerous attempts have been made to denigrate Esau in Midrashim over the years, and even in current biblical interpretation. We're told in these Midrashim how horrid and evil he was, but all other writings, including the Torah, say the exact opposite, and show a man who came to represent and understand the forgiveness mechanism better than anyone. His anger was real. His anger was justified. But he forgave and loved, and his brother lived out his life in fear and terror. The denigration of Esau is not justified according to the text, but the motive for why we try and do it is understandable. Jacob's behavior in the matters of the birthright and the blessing is an embarrassment. Now, perhaps if the story happened with anyone else, Esau would have been held up as a paragon of redemption and forgiveness and love. Well, take it that way, my friends. He is a paragon. Now, I know someone who told me it was fake news, and I told them I didn't realize it went back that far. I thought fake news was new. I guess nothing's so new. This story is the true beginning of a lineage of a people who've contributed to every society on earth. And it began the most incredible series of karmic paybacks in history. And this parsha alone has set up several karmic episodes as Jacob suffers some corresponding recompense for every deception that he commits. The lesson for us in our lives is that acts of deception can fester in a family, and they do have consequences. Instant karma's gonna get you, gonna knock you off your feet. Better recognize your brothers, everyone you meet. Why in the world are we here? Surely not to live in pain and fear. Why on earth are you there when you're everywhere? Gonna get your share. This is all about karma, and the karma unleashed in this episode perhaps lasts thousands of lives and thousands of years. And for some people, this is still continuing. And you can spot the little things to tell you how important what you were reading actually is. There are clues that go beyond the sentences. Listen to the words that are spoken, my friends. And I've talked about it before. The secret markers in the Torah, the great clues that you come across. You'll notice there is the double name calling and response, here I am here. Life-defining events marking great moments of destiny. And he came to his father and he said, Father, Father. And he said, Here I am. Who are you, my son? And Jacob said to his father, I am Esau, your firstborn. The defining moment for Jacob is now the choice to lie, to take what was not his. Whether you like it, whether you agree with it, inheritances and paterfamilias, head of family, went to the firstborn male. Now, technically, not until Moses did women inherit. That came as quite a shock. And in many parts of the world, it still happens. Firstborn male is the automatic lottery winner. The others still inherit. None are left out. That is the law. But the system of allocation has been around for thousands of years. And notice back to back, one of the great questions of the Bible, and one not talked about much, is asked. First, as we just saw in Genesis 27:18, who are you? What a great question. Now Isaac first asked Jacob, and Jacob said to his father, I am Esau, your firstborn. Then a verse or two later in Genesis 27:32, Isaac asked his other son Esau, and his father Isaac said, who are you? And he said, I'm your son, your firstborn, Esau. Basically the same answer. One intentionally lied. One told the truth. The question, my friends, is who are you? Yes, the world is sacred, and so is everything in it. Express your gratitude. Light a candle, make a wish, celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light with all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone. And end to terror and hatred. Remember, friends, we are a community. We learn together, we celebrate each other, we love each other, we share this ride together, men and women equally. Let us send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. And please do learn to forgive and learn to love, including yourself. Open your hearts and honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have. Enjoy your journey. We take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our effort to grow, to learn to be to love. So please do love. Now bless you all. Have a fantastic week. Week of love and light, a week of peace, week of miracles. Examine your intentions. Use them to imprint your will on the universe, because we set in motion all that happens in our lives. Our intention, our kavana, our cause, our effect, everything is linked. As I've said, you always have time to forgive and to be forgiven. You have the knowledge of what is good and bad, so acknowledge what you have done wrong to yourself, to God, and to any person you've wronged, and ask forgiveness. Do so with sincerity, accountability, and vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you, as you learn to be forgiving and compassionate. So the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace, my friends, is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world, just as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey. Don't stop moving towards your promised land. We all have a promised land. It is your home. Keep on dreaming, keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear, follow love. It's always in front of you. Remember to have faith. An unwavering adherence to principle, just as I have faith, the principle of love, and all of you. Act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none. Cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in this year. May you nurture kindness and love everywhere you go. Work to be present in the body. Expand your heart, quiet your mind, because the deepest source of real power lies in consciousness and your ability to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all of life's circumstances. Make the most of your time. Continue to touch and transform the lives around you. You're never alone. You're forever blessed and have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, renewal to everybody you come across. We're all energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. So transform it into something good. Your words are your power to transform, to love, to bless. So be generous with them. Bless others. Bless yourself. Practice blessing. And love with the heart. We're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear, forgiveness, not anger, and be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you whether you know it or not. And continue to explore faith and belief. And do not accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel others have felt, whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together, we learn together, we help each other. We are each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support in life. We all have or could have that special someone in our life, so find them and tell them what they mean. And remember, you're never alone on your journey to your promised land. Watch your words. They hurt you, they heal you, they're real. They imprison you, they free you. And keep forgiving those you need to forgive, and keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness from. And remember, we are all one. Hold on to all the love you can and watch what you say. My friends, tell the truth. Just be sure, when you say, I love you, it's a sin to tell a lie. Millions of hearts are broken just because these words were spoken. I love you, yes I do, I love you. And if you break my heart, I'll die. So be sure it's true when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell a lie. It's one of the all-time sins, my friends. Do not lie. The karma of lies and deceit goes on and on. Peace to everyone, everywhere, and I'll see you all next time. Shabbat shalom, and blessings to you all. Take care. Bye.